Welcome back to another episode of Tevora Talks. I am your host, Cash, joined always by my co-host, partner in cybercrime, Matt Mosley. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy October.
Happy
Whatever it is.
October.
Ready.
Yeah, it's
We're almost
almost
there.
spooky season. It's like fall. Is it fall technically or not yet?
It's definitely fall in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know about California, but we've got
California's like
the
in
colored
the
leaves
summer.
and the rainfall. So
Yeah, let me look outside. Nope. Doesn't look like fall yet.
72 and clear.
Not even. It's probably like 78 realistically and clear. But yeah, so how's everything else going? How's life? How's the hacker world?
Hacker world's good. Busy. They've been definitely not taking any breaks with COVID-19.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what would happen if all the hackers got COVID?
I don't know. Less innovation. I don't know. Definitely less crime.
Yeah, definitely that's crime. That'd be interesting.
We'd be
Somebody
out of
can
jobs.
target them. Yeah, well, would we be out of work or would we be okay still?
I
I
mean,
don't
I'm
know.
sure there's always a tabletop or readiness assessment we could do.
Somewhere out there, there is a use for us. Yes, but
Some
hackers,
procedures to write, some policies to document.
yeah,
Sorry, go
for
ahead.
sure, right? What do you need typed up? I got you. But hackers, they haven't stopped. I feel like they're just getting warmed up at least because this year has been a crazy year, and what it's like the hackers are thriving off of the conditions of this year. I think so.
Yeah, they've been definitely targeting a lot of medical research places and all that stuff. But other crime has not dropped off at all either, right? Like none of the hacker groups going after credit card data or PII or PHI. They definitely have not stopped.
Oh yeah, it's just like nonstop. And who's this one we were talking about? We'll kind of get started on it, I guess. We'll dive into Dickey's barbecue. You kind of
Yeah.
brought this up to me.
Have you ever
Dickey's
had Dickey's
barbecue.
barbecue?
I haven't, but what? No, what is this scoop on Dickey's barbecue? Give me the
Pretty
scoop.
pretty good. It's like a fast food barbecue place. But yeah,
Where are they at? Are
definitely
they in,
decent.
like everywhere?
I'm pretty sure they're everywhere. I don't know. They're definitely here, but they were in California too when I used to live there. So
Okay.
you just haven't lived. That's all. Once you go out of your bubble and experience life a little bit.
I know the Orange County bubble. It's hard. It's hard to escape. It really is.
But yeah, they so just recently, like say October 15th, a huge data dump was posted up on Joker Stash, which for those of you that don't know, Joker Stash is a carding forum where a lot of credit cards get stolen and purchased and all that gets not stolen, but they stolen credit cards get sold. So yeah, there was a huge 3 million uh, piece dump. So 3 million credit
Ooh,
cards were stolen and sorted
that's a
by,
chunk of cards.
yeah, huge. Sorted by state, city, and zip. And so that's interesting for those that don't know. But basically, what happens is they sell them that way so that you can use the cards in your area and the cards don't get flagged for fraud. Like
Wow.
if you're in Vegas and you bought cards from New York, then Chase or Bank of America or whatever is gonna flag it as, well, you were just in New York buying gas. Why are you in Vegas taking $500 out of the casino? Stuff like that. So
I see.
yep.
That's
So
interesting. I mean, like, I wonder how much money they're gonna get for that 3 million records.
I don't know. I don't know what the going rate is anymore. It used to be pretty decent, but I think they're now like $1, $2 per credit card number. Like I have no idea.
That's still, I mean, that's a
Still $3 million at $1 a
yeah,
piece.
at least, right? 3 to 6 mil. That's a great payday
Yeah.
for the hackers. Sorry, Dickey's barbecue. I'm sure you guys are going through some heavy heat right now. Somebody's
Yeah.
freaking out there. But yeah, I'm looking at the ad that's on that Joker stash. It's like a picture of a sun. It's like blazing sun, brand new, 3 million records.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It
Yeah,
says
that'll probably
30.
get what it's called, the Blazing Sun hack, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, 35 US states and some EU, Asia, and world countries. So it's just like a little bit of everywhere. High valid, 90 to 100% valid. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Definitely a little nuts, but yeah. So details are still coming out as to kind of what happened, but what it's looking like is it's the magnetic strip data. So again, point to point encryption, always the best route to go, or some sort of chip based mechanism instead of just swiping your cards. We've kind of evolved, we've moved on, and the rest of the people need to move on as well. So,
Yes. But at least here's the good news. In this world of hackers, there are a world of people who are trying to combat these hackers. And this time, Microsoft has pioneered the way, and they have actually band together with some other companies to take down TrickBot, the botnet. Isn't that pretty dope?
yeah, definitely. Any work done to take down TrickBot is always appreciated. It's
Yeah.
such a nasty piece of malware.
And apparently, I guess it worked too well, and I'll tell you why in a second. But so Microsoft they teamed up to take this down because of like certain rumors that are starting up. Attacks on the voting polls and voting system and whatnot. So to kind of be a little bit ahead of the game, they figured out a way to stand up against TrickBot. Um, got approval from the government to do so, and the funny part is, I guess it worked too well because Microsoft released a statement saying that, um, quote, it did not expect the latest action to permanently disrupt TrickBot. And now they're kind of concerned that, the TrickBot creators are going to come back and make a stronger, crazier version and that they figured out their flaw and how to work around it. So that's not good.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's typical, right? Like we hear about that, just like not too long ago there was a ransomware variant where the defenders had figured out a way to slow it down. So then they just updated it, and now it's multi-threaded and faster. So I mean, it's
Oh,
just
yeah. Well, I guess this one, the strategy was they disabled all the IP addresses and whatnot. So they're gonna have to, I don't know. They disabled all those, suspended all services to botnet operators, and to block any effort by the operators to purchase or lease additional servers. So they're really making it difficult for them to get started back up. But like you said, it's not like impossible, right? I'm pretty sure they can figure it out.
yeah. I think the most interesting part of this story is did you see how many samples that Microsoft analyzed, or Microsoft and its partners, I guess?
I did 186,000 samples.
That's so crazy, dude.
That is
That's
a lot.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's some duplicates in there, but just the fact that there's that many variants is just insane. So
Well, shout out to Microsoft and here, there they are: Digital Crimes Unit, Black Lotus Labs, ESCT, and Financial Services Information Sharing and Analysis Center. Come on, guys, like shorten that. Like, what is that? Right? I'm pretty sure they could have came up with some better name for that. But so yeah, shout out to them. Thanks for working on TrickBot. What does that take us to? More hackers. So
yeah.
I think like this is like a big part of, I feel, incident response is, and we get a lot of requests for this from clients all the time, especially for tabletops and just general nervousness out there is always ransomware. And Fin 11, I'll let you set this one up, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, TrickBot was started off as a banking kind of Trojan and has evolved into what it is now. But definitely had that financial motivation, right? And so that's where we get these groups, Fin 7, Fin 8, Fin 11 lately.
Right, right.
And they're all using these tools that they've kind of grown up using. I hate to say that like they're little kids, but they were using TrickBot since 2016, and now they've just kind of evolved that into other tools that they have now. And so yeah, Fin 11 is kind of getting the spotlight right now for their new techniques that they're using to basically distribute ransomware within financial institutions, and just going after the money, but also at the same time infecting and trying to collect money on the back end as well from companies trying to recover from the
Yeah,
ransomware. So
that's crazy. I think like ransomware is pretty deadly. end of the day, right? Like, who else got attacked with ransomware recently?
Barnes and Noble
Barnes
got
and
hit
Noble.
pretty hard.
What happened to them?
So like
That was pretty
around
recent,
October
right? It
10th.
was like, yeah, it was like last week.
Yeah, they started getting complaints from their customers that the customers were unable to access their books on the Nook platform. So Nook is like
Oh,
their ebook platform, right? It's like
yeah,
the
yeah, for sure.
yeah. So that's like their app store basically for books. But
Yes.
yep. So it was basically all the books that people had bought and now they couldn't access them, which really kind of makes you a little worrisome for all these like services that you invest all this money into, because it's like, yeah, you bought that thing, but it's not a physical copy like it used to be, right? It's not a physical book.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
just
hosted
digital
somewhere, and if
access
that
to
company goes
something.
under or that company's servers get compromised, like what happens to that? I always am wondering about that. I have a lot of money invested in my digital
Digital
movie
content.
collection, and I'm always nervous as to what happens to that. Uh,
Like, how?
I'm
Hold
so
on. You
nervous
said
to the
how many movies
fact
do
that
you
I have an
have? You
automatic
mentioned it.
script that goes on and gets my list of movies and downloads a CSV file every month, so that I know all my movies that I have.
What's the latest update? Do you have a count?
For how many movies I have?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me hold on. I'll give you the count right now.
I wonder. Hold on. Let's take a
It's like
guess.
2000 something.
Dang, that's a lot.
2120 plus, because there's some that are like bundles. So
You should throw it on like a NAS and start your own like internal family Netflix.
so I do have that. Like I do have digital backups of these, but
Uh,
not all of them, right? And then like I have movie or not movies, I have TV stuff on here. So it's definitely adds some anxiety. I'll say that when you hear
yeah,
about
because
services like this.
all it could take is just like with that file that holds all your certificates of what you own, just getting corrupted,
Yep.
wherever that file is, right?
Yeah. And I'm not going to say which provider I'm with, but I'll say that they don't have multi-factor authentication either. So, what
That's
happens
not
if my
good.
account gets hacked? Like, what happens if someone gets my password?
Oh yeah, it's over.
So, anyway, back to Barnes and Noble. So, yeah, October 10th, people started complaining. Barnes and Noble looked into it. Apparently, they got infected with ransomware. And not only that, but their customer data was potentially stolen. It doesn't appear to be credit card information, but they are concerned that it was, thousands of records of
Oh
customer data.
wow.
So yeah, they were able to restore the services, which is good. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out and what kind of information was stolen, if any information was stolen, and then what are their next steps for um, going, retribution for the customers and all that good stuff. So, but the ransomware was Gregor, I think is how I'm saying that correctly, and they recently attacked Ubisoft, which is a game developer. Um, Games like Ghost Recon and
Mm.
what else do they make? Just Cause. I don't know. They make a lot of different games. So I'm sure there was some customer data stolen there too.
I wonder like what the attack path was for Barnes and Noble. Like, they really just hit one area, right? They're not saying anything else got affected, or this is just what the consumers noticed, and that's the only thing that they had to disclose. But I wonder, like, to what extent Barnes
Yeah,
and
I
Noble
don't know what their entry point was. I'm gonna just assume phishing.
fishing for sure.
But once they gained access, they moved right into a Windows domain administrator account, and then from there they had control of the network and they pushed out the ransomware. So
Oof.
yeah, and then there's some screenshots of the Windows registry, but basically it was um, launching from so I'm assuming a group policy and then using the registry key for um, additional information on communications and all that good stuff. So
That's it. It's like dropping a bomb, right?
yeah,
It's a digital
setting
bomb.
the bomb and then lighting the fuse with group policy and
That's
then walking
crazy.
away.
Yeah, walking away. It's like the scene from Batman where Joker, is walking away from the hospital, and then he's like lighting a cigarette, and then goes like boom. This thing explodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly what that's like.
Speaking of hospitals, nice little segue. So we might have what's being reported as the first confirmed death resulting from a cyber attack.
What?
Yeah, so a woman in Germany died um, at a hospital, but it wasn't the fact that she died from the cyber attack. She potentially died as a result of the cyber attack because
Why?
the
Why?
hospital was under attack by ransomware. Again, ransomware. So ransomware is just making its heyday
Just
right now.
for sure. Ransomware for the hoorah.
Yeah. Now I will say this: the attackers did have somewhat of a moral compass. As soon as they found out that it was a hospital, they stopped the attack. But at that point, it was a little too late because the resources were already being utilized to try and prevent
Oh my
the
god.
attack from happening. But what they were trying to do was attack a nearby university. So it was the Dusseldorf University Hospital, and they were after the Dusseldorf University, and so I guess it's collateral damage. When you're just kind of shotgun blasting your targets.
So
Um,
what? So how'd the woman die?
So they're saying because the staff was trying to deal with this ransomware attack that her, I guess the monitoring systems were being disrupted at the same time. So staff wasn't able to identify that she was having complications and caused delays for her
Oh
getting
my god.
treatment and then resulted in her eventual death. So
Oh, that's
that's a
terrible.
little bit of a stretch. I feel like the news is kind of trying to connect these two things. But that's nor here there, near nor no here or there. But it is interesting. I have no doubt that in the near future we probably will have some cyber attack deaths. That's just the way we're going as far as our future with connected devices goes. So as
Okay,
IP version 6 gets out there and more IPs are available, and they say that every light bulb in the world is going to have an IP address, or could have an IP address.
it's possible.
Yeah, I'm sure houses are going to be DOSed. We've seen kids on Xbox. They do their swatting. You've heard about that?
No.
So these kids will be playing, or not even kids, like adults will be playing, and they'll get pissed off at whoever they're playing, and they'll
Uh-huh.
find out where they live, and then they'll call in a like death threat or whatever, and then SWAT team will show up at the person's house.
The
And
person who made the phone call.
no, the person that they're calling on behalf of the
Oh
other
no
person.
way.
Yeah. You haven't heard about this?
No.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. And the thing is like the police have to take it,
They have
serious.
to. They have no choice.
Right. And so this actually happened not too long ago where someone got killed. He answered the door and he wasn't even involved with it. He wasn't even the person that got killed at the door wasn't even the person playing the game. It was like someone at the house that was playing the game. And the officers shot him because they thought he had a gun or something like that. So
Oh my god,
yeah,
that's terrible.
yeah. So I would actually credit that with kind of being a cyber attack almost, but
Yeah, maybe
I mean, if we're
more
going to
for
connect
sure.
this to being a cyber attack, then I would say that, swatting is probably the first type of like death versus
I
cyber
mean,
attack.
that's way worse because look, I read into that a little bit. It says they said that because of the ransomware attack, the hospital couldn't accept emergency patients. So she, like the woman was turned away and had to like drive to another hospital that was like so far.
Oh, got it.
It's like, come on, that's stretching it, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SWAT team is a little way more. Can we? I think we should do a whole story on that.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard about that. Yeah.
No,
There's a
that's
guy who he just got 20 years in prison. Well, I shouldn't say just. This was last year. He got 20 years in prison for fake swatting
whoa, that's pretty
that
interesting.
led to a death of a guy in Wichita, I think. So,
Well, let's do that on our next episode. We're gonna bring to you guys swatting.
all right,
Swatting.
sounds
Is that
good.
what it is? Yeah,
We could do
swatting.
that. Maybe that'll be one of our Halloween stories.
Oh yeah. We could do a Halloween story.
If
Maybe we
anybody
should.
listening has a cool like cyber Halloween story, let us know, because we're trying to come up with a Halloween type show. So,
Yeah, let us know.
and then we
Send
have
us.
our November 5th show coming up.
Remember, the 5th of November.
Yeah. What is that? So that'll be a surprise for everybody. So
Maybe if we can, maybe that could be our first video podcast.
ooh, I don't know. I'll have to find my mask.
Or we can do the Halloween one, make it like spooky background. You never know. We get creative.
I don't know that I don't have a face for I have a face for radio, so I don't know if we want to do video. I'm just warning the listeners.
It's all good.
That could be the Halloween episode.
Your breakthrough episode. Sure.
So, but yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else, I guess, right now. But as you know, hacks happen every day. So stay tuned. Tune in to our Halloween episode. Tune into our November 5th episode. We're excited about that one. I am. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And with that said, thanks for listening. Any comments, questions, send us an email to podcast@TevoraTalks.com. Matt, it's been real as always. Good chatting. Hackers out there, keep up the great work so we can stay employed.
Keep us employed.
Keep us employed. And with that, till next time.
Stay away from my digital content. See ya.
Later.